I'm Hanna Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Fried.
And you're listening to High Heels and Punchlines CHIRP Edition, Episode 2.
Episode 2. Sorry.
What?
Oh my God, I just pulled something in my hand.
That's so uncomfortable. You know Will at Orange Theory?
Yes.
He did these push-ups.
No.
With his hand like this, where he jumped up off the ground. Like his ground was going. He'd push down, push back up, knuckles to the ground. I couldn't even watch it. It was so disturbing.
Did anything happen?
No, he was fine, but I was like, that's just a recipe for breaking your fingers.
That's so crazy.
I don't even know that that's something that you need to do athletically, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Men always push it.
They do.
To the next limit.
I think Will is pretty good in terms of a man at the gym. You know, he's not.
Yeah,
there's
healthy.
There's a lot worse men at the gym.
Yeah, totally.
But I didn't need to see him do that. And it didn't not impress me in I'm not impressed. It just was more what are we doing?
I wonder if it has an added benefit to the push up.
It can't. What could it add? Pain? More pain?
Pain. No pain, no gain. Oh no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain.
Welcome to episode 2 of CHIRP. This is so exciting. We birthed something again.
I know. Today is also the day that the first CHIRP came out.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
So it was kind of meant to be that we record this episode anyway.
100%.
Except we're kind of spitballing on what we're going to gab about. Which
is always fine. I have some things in my head that I already want to think about.
What are you thinking about?
I want to talk about, I know you don't, do you mind if I bring up One Direction? Because I know you just said that you were having issues with One Direction.
No. I wasn't saying I have issues with One Direction. No, I more feel they're a fan base.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me nervous to talk about things. Similar to Taylor Swift fans.
Oh.
You know, they make you nervous to talk about stuff.
I
didn't know you felt that way.
I just find her to be an Amazon bot.
Oh yeah, I actually did know
you
felt
she's
that way.
being sponsored by Amazon.
Okay.
But I don't know. Anyways, also she went on tour when Beyonce was on tour, and it kind of everyone was are you Taylor or Beyonce? And if you said Taylor, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry.
It also, first things first, let's not pin them against each other. They're both really amazing, talented artists. They're
completely different
tour.
artists. But if you had to choose, it's obviously Beyonce. Let's be real.
I am not a Swift fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would never pay to go to the Eras tour. We should have swapped them. We were already up and doing stuff. Sorry. The chapstick is going.
I really am sometimes when we were just sitting here and having our situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was
you
just
can
saying,
say it.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying I was sitting here and I was just kind of looking above and I was thinking wow, this is going to be such a funny memory.
Yeah.
When we're in an actual studio.
We'll one day be somewhere where not because this has been a problem now at 2 studios where I'd have to take my shoes off and one day we'll be at a place nice enough where I can keep my shoes on.
Well, that yes, but also just the glaring lights at me, it kind of felt like an interrogation room.
Yeah, and you were sitting in the middle.
And then there was
and I wasn't even with you. I was all the way in the other room.
And then the pink everywhere, and it's just I don't know. It's just sometimes I'm this is funny. As stressful as it is, I think that we'll look back on this and be this is so funny.
We'll look back on it lovingly. When we first have money to just rent a studio and have someone do the stuff we've been doing, we'll be thank God.
Yeah.
But then there'll be a day where we just show up and sit down and do it. And then everyone does everything else. And we'll be remember when we had to do all of that ourselves?
We're going to be remember the squeaky chair?
Remember the squeaky chair? Remember when the light just went out in the middle of the recording? When we didn't even capture the recording?
It was it's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
It feels it's we're, anyways.
I truly do feel in this project with you, I feel I haven't felt, when I first started doing stand-up, I felt it. And when I was really into my pilot, I felt it. But I haven't felt it in a while where I really feel this will get us somewhere where we'll be able to look back and laugh and be we have really come so far.
I feel I feel the same way. And I wrote that little kind of emotional Instagram post today. I don't know if you saw it.
Of course I saw.
I just was it's just like so beautiful. Like
no, we wanted to do something and we did it.
Created a child, and then that child had another child.
We have 2 children.
So now we have grandchildren.
Well, we used to refer to every episode as a baby. Remember, we were like, we have 12 babies out.
How many babies do we have now? I don't even fucking know.
Season 1 and 2 are out of SATC.
We're like Orthodox Jews.
What's 12 plus?
Sorry.
Took the words out of my mouth.
I was like, I mean, I think there are Orthodox Jewish families that the women have like at least 12 kids.
That is so.
I know, it's really crazy.
When I think about what my body feels like just having a period, now think about having a baby.
Yeah.
And then doing it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then it comes out of you and the work has just begun. You know? It's just
that was the pregame. Your vagina ripping in half, that was a pregame. I don't really know what I meant by ripping in half, but like it does rip. It rips apparently, and the butthole can rip.
Have you seen The Substance?
No, it's not going to be part of it, because if it is, I'm not going to watch. Just something happened with her vagina.
No, but a lot of stuff with her body happens that is like really, really, really gross. And there was some scenes that I like was fine to watch. And there was a couple that I like literally like had to shut my eyes, and I was like, please tell me when it's over.
Really?
Just
should I see it? Should I not see it?
Well, can I describe one to you?
Yeah, of course.
There's part of the thing.
Does it give it away? Does it give away anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There's just an aspect of there's a lot of needles. Okay, needle usage.
Okay.
And there's this one scene where it's a period of time going by where a needle keeps going into the same wound, and we're watching that wound get pussy and bruised and red, and then we watch the needle keep going back into it. And that to me was like you know how it feels to have a cut, and then to imagine continually irritating it, but like not irritated, like it's getting stabbed. Oh, it was that repeated needle insertion into this was like I really was not okay watching that.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't see it. I've been really triggered recently by social media and like things. Like remember the Diddy thing?
Stuff.
Like really, because you told me about the Diddy stuff, and then I became like the Diddy conspiracy theory brand ambassador. Like I was hosting like multiple group chats where people weren't even actually responding in the group chat.
You were just sending information you were receiving.
Information. I was like ruining people's days.
Well, because if you haven't heard, like I feel like one of my podcasts has been like telling us every time something new has come out.
Yeah.
But if you haven't been following and then you dive in with how much, oh my God, I like forgot you had a cat. And I was like,
she's really made sure
she wants ribbon time bad.
Well, she got it earlier, and she was then whatever.
She really wants it. You should bring her downstairs to the neighbor. He seems to be great at caring for animals. He's like running my dog.
Today, Hannah needed someone to take care of Stinky, the dog, and I like jokingly texted my neighbor who. I don't think he's gonna listen to this. Like he's a little he's just like he's a classic
dude. Himbo.
He's like a dude. Yeah, he would even describe himself as a himbo. He's really hot.
Yeah.
He's like he's beautiful.
And he's like so chill.
He's so deeply chill. But he talks kind of like a valley bro, almost like a surfer bro. He's like, ladies.
What did he say when you texted him about me? He was like, Hannah's an angel.
He's like, Hannah's an angel.
It's the guy I met twice.
Like he's very like it's almost like he's like it's like he's doing an impression, but he's never out of character. So I don't know. He's been really helpful. Like he helped me.
Like, cause you texted him about the dog, and I was so sure that like there's no way he would say yes to this, that I like called every friend I have, multiple dog boarding places. I was going to call out of work to watch the dog. I was like, there's no way this man who's never met my dog is going to watch him for like
even know what the
9
dog
hours.
Like. The dog could have been like a huge greyhound, and he had no idea.
I think he's not little. He's not like a little chihuahua.
That like shows the difference between men and women. Like literally, like this guy who lives downstairs, lives in a studio apartment. He's like, sure, no problem, bring the dog on by.
Yeah,
like he was just so down.
And then he asked a couple times, like, is the dog gonna pee or poop? Is the dog gonna destroy? And as the second I went to be like, of course, he's like, I don't really mind if he does. And I was like, okay.
And he said, quote, I don't mind if he does, because recently a woman that he brought home from Charlene's puked in his bed.
Yeah, so he's kind of been through it.
And even that, I sat down with him this today and we talked about that, and he wasn't fazed by that. He was like, yeah, I hit her up later.
Can I say though that like,
should I like date my neighbor?
No, he is great. Like, I don't know.
Like really
I don't know what genuinely are your non-negotiables for men.
I don't even know anymore.
Because like, I feel like if you want someone attractive, loyal, who like will kind of like do what you tell him, and you guys will always have fun, like you'll always be laughing, this is your guy. But if you want a guy who's like taking initiative, like I said earlier, and this is an assumption about this man, but I feel like he's someone who like, if you tell him like, why hasn't the apartment been cleaned? He'd be like, oh, I'll clean it. But he'll never like look at a sink full of dishes or a dirty floor and think I should clean that.
I see.
And that's the vibe I get from him. Who's like, when you bring something up,
yeah,
he'll handle it, but he's not handling it before you get to it.
I just feel like I've been dating the guy that checks all the boxes, and he has kind of made me feel a little weird recently. Mm-hmm. We won't get into that because I just don't really know where we stand right now.
Okay.
And it's confusing, but he checks all the boxes, like height wise, looks wise, profession. He just has everything. But I feel so calm and funny around the neighbor.
And sometimes
the neighbor's like hilarious.
I kind of feel like when you meet a guy that checks off some boxes but not others, you kind of realize how you don't actually need it all.
I think the only thing with the neighbor that is crazy is that there are moments where I'm like, honey, we gotta be serious right now. And I don't know if he would do that, but maybe he does. We kind of got like deep today
sometimes like imagine the other side, like a guy who can be really serious, but like he never lightens up and you're never having fun. Like wouldn't you, if you in a world, I mean, obviously I believe
in a world,
I don't believe you have to choose between the two men in your life.
I kind of feel like based on what Hinge is offering, I feel like my only options right now are the neighbor and the guy that I've been seeing. Wow. And that's it. And then the other guy.
The neighbor is like at the park trying to meet women. So like if the neighbor is one of your options, we got to go get him.
Well, I think he did that to make me jealous. So he texted the group chat and he said, I brought Stinky to the park. So he brings Hannah's dog to the park. Not only is he watching the dog, he's like doing activities with the dog. And I'd also like to say
that he is sending like some of the worst photos I've ever seen of this dog. All blurry. Every photo of the dog's eyes are shut. Like it's so funny to send. Like I asked Nora for pictures of him and the dog, like out of comedy, but like I haven't asked him for pictures of Stinky, and he keeps sending these like terrible. But you know what? Sweet.
When I was lying down on Stinky, and he said, "Oh, you guys look so cute." Took the picture. And
that's sweet.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok that said if you're with someone who doesn't take photos of you, like not photos you ask them to take, like they just see you doing something and they take a picture, leave them.
Wow. Because I took a picture of my guy the other day.
Did he say one of you?
No.
Honor. I guess that's not 1,000% true because it doesn't really count in like every generation.
He was like holding Margot, so I was just like,
it was
obviously you guys are being so cute.
And like I would say that like I don't always take pictures of you, but you take pictures of me.
Yeah.
But like I don't think we need to break up.
Never.
But I do think that if you are with someone for a while, like they should be taking pictures of you now and again.
I'm gonna text him after this and just be like, "Why aren't you taking more pictures of me?" And he's gonna be like,
"Wait, who?"
And he's gonna be like,
"Who? The guy, the
we're
neighbor?"
In a fight. No, the guy that I'm seeing that I'm in a fight. I'm gonna be like, "You never take pictures of me."
That's a page out of Hannah's book.
It's gonna. I don't know.
That's like a page out of the book of crazy.
So we had a huge issue with. I had an issue with the guy that I'm seeing because he was snoring in my bed, and I had to kick him out. And I actually kicked him out at 6 a.m., which was an issue. And he has a job that's like not chill, and like I had to see my family all day. So honestly, equally as awful. Maybe actually his job is like. A little more.
I was like, I don't know what happened at his job that day. Your family could have been a harder day.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Squeaking around town.
Wait, you don't know where you got this shirt?
I have no idea.
I think I want to borrow
might be
it.
your shirt.
It's definitely not.
I think it is.
No, because I've never bought a lace like this.
Okay, well, you can borrow it whenever you want.
You can borrow my shirt. My new favorite shirt. No, but I think so I kick him out. I didn't actually kick him out. I just said, "Oh my God, like it is so loud." And he was like, "I'm leaving." And so he left, but then he left his watch here. And then so he was like, "Can I come get?" And he said, "Sorry, I messed up your sleep." And he did the tear face emoji with the happy face with the like
tear.
Like the yikes.
Like the
like
said,
I know
"Sorry,
I'm in
I messed
trouble.
up your sleep, but can I come by and get my watch?" And when he came here, he like gave me a kiss, and then he was like, "I just need to I'm gonna get my watch and go." And I was like, "No," and then we haven't talked since. But he's not a big texter.
I mean, I feel like it's a lot.
But then today, I'm like cheating on him today with the neighbor.
You are in a brand new relationship.
I literally I feel so connected to the neighbor today.
In terms of the watch guy situation, I feel like in dating, I sometimes feel like everything is like up to the man, which it should be. Like, you should text me first, you should plan the couple dates, you should court me, whatever. But I feel like with his vibe, which is kind of a little, you kind of have to initiate, and then he's there, but like he doesn't want to text all day or whatever. He might have been kind of like confused where you guys stand. Like,
okay, that's what I told the neighbor about it too.
If a guy, well, obviously it'd be so different because I'm a woman, but like if a guy kicked me out of his apartment because I was like snoring so loud, like I would be too mortified to ever text him again. If he did not text me.
But then I apologized multiple times. I felt awful. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that." And then I said, "I'm sorry." And he didn't even acknowledge the apologies. He was just like, "When can I come get my watch?" And then when he came here, he acted like nothing was wrong. I'll text him. But so this is the crazy thing though. The neighbor, I was telling the neighbor about this, and he was like, "I'm going to punch him in the face."
Now, why is that?
Because I don't know. Because I told him about some other stuff too, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy." And I was like, "So you and him are gonna fight for me?" And he was like, "Yeah, you like that?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah."
That's really flirty.
Yeah, we were like really flirting.
You didn't tell me about that.
He's gonna like fight. He's gonna fight the other.
I can't wait to see them fight.
I would love. I said if you could do it shirtless.
Wolf's best quote. Your watch guy. He's not gonna see it coming. He is not going to see that coming at all when the neighbor beats him up. He's going to floor
I
him.
don't want the neighbor to beat him up. He's such a nice guy, but I do like how protective the neighbor is of me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's nice to know that he's like downstairs. He's protecting me. He's my doorman.
He is your doorman.
He's like, it's like, you better get past the neighbor before you get up to here. In the castle.
Yeah, it was really funny when you were thanking him on the phone for like everything he does for you in the building. And he was like, the dresser was hard. He like brought a fully assembled dresser up to Nora's apartment, which is like up quite a few flights of stairs.
It's up 5 flights of stairs. There's 69
and he
steps.
did it by himself.
There's 69 steps. I counted once, which is like hell that it's 69.
And I put the legs on this dresser. This is not like a light dresser. It's not like a cheap little thing.
So it was like a terrible situation because the dresser arrived and it was sitting in the hallway and like absolutely not. I couldn't pick it up. I literally couldn't even pick it up. So
it's heavy.
I have no idea what to do. So I text the neighbor. I'm like, "What are you doing today? I need a big, strong man." And he was like, "Baby, I got you." Like he always like.
I can't believe he always talks like this.
He's always like that. So
like
it's kind of hard to know.
Off. I'd love to see him with his mother. That would be the deciding factor for me.
But even like apparently with his sister, it was like the same thing. He's really hot.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna.
But
the neighbor.
It does beg the question.
Yeah.
Someone so hot.
Yeah.
Single. Like someone hot, has a studio, lives in their own apartment, single, like, and I know that we think we know why he's single, but it's also like I've really dated guys that like I didn't like at all just because they were hot. Like, you know, like why is he single? What's going on there? Does he push women away? Does he only know how to flirt? Is he the guy that doesn't call you back after you guys have sex?
Well, I mean, if we were hooking up, I mean, he's downstairs. He can't get away from me.
And is that what we want?
Like, honestly, kind of.
I'm just like, if we're ready for that, then yeah, let's get the neighbor. Are you going to come down when I go get Stinky?
Yeah, of course. Great. I'll go hang out with him after this.
Perfect.
He like
Did you find out his job?
Yeah, he works for an insurance company, like flood insurance. Can't you imagine?
Wait, flood insurance?
I think
Does
so.
he know about mold?
Oh my God, he probably does.
This is amazing.
No, but yeah, I just can imagine him talking about insurance and being like, yo, man, super shitty. Like, you totally, like, you know.
What happened to you, like, sucks.
That, like, fucking blows, man. Like, we're going to get you back on your feet.
I actually, like, I think about what's going on in my apartment right now, which I will end up having to go through my renter's insurance for help. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be thrilled to call and like he's on the other line. Like I'd be like, we're gonna get there and we're gonna have fun getting there, you know?
Yeah, I trust him with a lot of things.
He has my dog. He has my baby. Like he has my dog all day, and he's not taking it lightly.
He's like walking it right. But when I was downstairs, he was like, I gotta walk Stinky before this meeting. I was like, I don't think you do. I think you can just walk Stinky like maybe once before you go to the gym. And he was like, no, I'm gonna walk him before. And it's like,
and he's doing an extra part.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Like the neighbor, he might be okay. So I guess the topic for today is the neighbor.
What time is it right now?
It's like it's 8:26.
Okay.
We started at 8:06, so we're 20 minutes in with the neighbor.
Okay, just wondering where we
but
were
like
at.
But like also he's really helpful. Like he like if Stinky was my baby.
How old is he?
He's 31. So if Stinky.
Now imagine a guy who's already like this when he's like 36.
Exactly. Like he's going to take care of our kids.
Yeah.
And I love he has a little gaff in his teeth, which I used to
have. Do you
have.
think Wolf is en route to being similar to the neighbor when he's 31?
I think what we're going to do is when we go to the cabin.
I know where we're headed. I know about Christmas at the ski
Christmas in the ski cabin. Since the moment I met Hannah, I was like, I cannot wait for us to go with our boyfriends skiing in Vermont in this cabin. And I don't ski, but I just thought that I had this like image of us, like it was us four in the cabin. Stinky's gonna be there now. The neighbor's gonna be like taking Stinky out.
Wait, did you listen to my voice memo about what my mom said about the dog? It was kind of like your vibe.
Really?
Yeah, like I told her that Wolf and I were talking about the holidays.
Yeah. And
how like we want to go to his family for one and to my mom for the other.
Okay.
But our non-negotiables is Stinky's coming with us. So like if Stinky can't come, like tell us now so we can make arrangements. But like if one family member is willing to take Stinky in, then like we might do both with that family member, right? That was kind of like the conversation. We just were like, we want to be together.
Over her head.
Well, no. I just said to her that we want to be together. And with Stinky, what does that look like for you? I didn't tell her the secret conversation we had. And she was like, I need you to come for Christmas, which I know I was going to have to be there for Christmas. And I want to be there for Christmas. And she was like, and you can bring Stinky. And I was like, well, I don't want to bring him if you're going to. She goes, no, I know. He's part of your family now. He comes with a package. Like, I'll be fine. I know Stinky's coming and Stinky's important.
Wait, how did I miss this voice memo?
It was the voice memo I sent today. Like,
you know what? I listened to half of it and then a client called. Then you called.
It was the end of that voice memo. I think I sent you that and then no one had come yet. And I said, when you're off this 11 call, can like you please call me?
Yeah.
But it felt like your vibe, like, I get it. Stinky's part. I'm done talking about it. Stinky's part of the family. I get it now.
No. I had a moment with Stinky downstairs in the neighbor's house and he was like, so just like being such a sweetheart. And I'm like, oh, I feel bad that I was like, but I only was going off of your lead.
No, and I understand.
I feel for you when you feel stressed about finances and Stinky. And then I'm like, oh, like, how can I help? And then I'm also thinking long term, like, is this bringing her joy? But then I love that animals.
Moment with him.
And then I have that moment with him, and then I understand it to begin with, but I'm also like, I just want what's best for you. And it seems like Stinky's bringing you a little bit of stress.
And I love Stinky. Mm-hmm. I think it's been very stressful that Wolf... Pause for squeak.
Do you think I'm even in the frame? Because I
actually was thinking you might want to slide in a little bit.
Because I have a tendency to not be in the frame anymore.
I feel like you'd want to get a little bit more behind the table.
Okay.
I think it's obviously Wolf and I both have a goal of traveling for stand-up.
Totally.
being booked on things that cause us to travel, or being part of gigs that are kind of like last minute, right?
Right.
And Wolf, luckily, and I'm happy for him, has been getting these things that are like big for him and pay well,
right?
But they require him to kind of like drop everything and leave the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And with the amount he's being paid, it's like, of course he's going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's been tense because Wolf isn't really a planner, which is something I've always known.
Mm-hmm. Neither is my boyfriend.
But I don't know. He planned his whole day around my dog, which is like more than Wolf can like.
No, but I don't mean to interrupt, but when you ask, do you think Wolf will become the neighbor when he's 31? I think, yeah.
I believe that Wolf, when he gets like some sort of consistent job that brings him joy or is connected to his career in some way, or even like if this media company he's working with now is like, we're going to want you for like 5 gigs a month.
Right.
I really feel like he'll chill out.
Yeah.
He's just like keeps taking jobs that he can like leave quickly to put stand up first, and which is different than me. Like I feel like I always put money before stand up.
Well, we have to.
Yeah. And like he kind of does the opposite, but then when he's not doing stand up, then he's also not making money, and then he has no job and he's miserable. But anyway, he just has been like leaving last minute, which has meant like he's not a planner. Like he's not like, okay, I'm leaving from this day to this day. You have work these hours, so we'll need to find someone for this. Like that's where I come in. And I feel like it's just been very stressful to equal parts. Like what makes me sad is that there hasn't been time for me to be like happy for him because we've just been like planning around Stinky. Yeah. But we both love Stinky so much. Yeah. It's just, I think Wolf, it's like and I said this to him, and of course he's like, I'm not going anywhere. Like we're not breaking up, of course. But like, I'm like, you are right now taking jobs that don't really match with having like a dog and a girlfriend. So I need you to do the work. So I'm not just like getting stuck as like rearranging my schedule for our dog, our decision, you know?
Yeah.
And also like keep me in the loop on stuff. Yeah. Like
when you to Colorado.
Right. Like, oh my God, never forget. What did I say? Where are you going?
Hanna asked Wolf. So Wolf called and he said that he was going to, sorry, it's so squeaky. Wolf said that he was going to Colorado for a trip.
For a gig.
But it was not going to happen until like a week, right?
No, it was in 2 days.
And then,
then the conversation kind of made it seem like, oh no, I knew it was in a couple days.
Yeah.
But then he texted that he like just walked Stinky and cleaned the house and he's heading out now. And so I was like, wait, where are you going? And he goes, Colorado.
Yeah,
but he was like going to
Colorado.
And I was like, tonight? And he goes, no. And I was like, well, you see how that was confusing.
But he didn't answer for a while, so we did think he was in Colorado.
I was like, and then I was like, wait, like, he's gone. Like, I have work tomorrow. But like, the thing is, there would have been nothing surprising.
I just totally forgot we were recording a podcast. I thought we were just sitting here talking,
debriefing.
It is kind of. I mean, these are all the things that we wanted to talk about. And this is CHIRP. This is CHIRP. Also, for context, and I won't get into it because like I just cannot talk about it anymore today. We have also been like kind of thrown some stressful things with the apartment. The power just like literally went out of nowhere in the apartment again, which happened 3 weeks ago, and we were told was fixed. Turned out the landlord knew like what the fix we gave you is only going to last a little bit. So now we have no power on a night that he has a roast battle in Queens, and I plan to go to an open mic finally because I haven't done comedy in a minute. And so now we're standing there, and the guy is coming to test for mold because Wolf is covered in hives. And so I'm sitting in my pitch black apartment with my dog running around. I was about to get ready to leave for the mic on the day I didn't make a personal record, running the mile at the gym, which is a whole separate thing. Yeah. And it's like, you know, most couples don't have a roast battle, a comedy show, no power, mold infestation, and their boyfriend leaving for Milwaukee at 4 a.m. Yeah, totally.
That's like a lot for 2 people in one night.
Yeah.
And so I think that escalates things because the way I react to things is very much like we need to fix it now. Like, we need the quickest solution. Like, I'm all about my list. Like, let's check it off the list.
Honestly, kind of same. And that's why I texted the neighbor.
Exactly. You're like, we're checking out. Today, someone was supposed to come at like 9 a.m. And then it was at like 11 a.m. that I realized like nobody's coming and that I had done nothing, which put me in like a panic where I literally called Nora and I was like, someone needs to tell me what to do.
And then I used my Jewish Yenta forces within.
Yenta memes. I forgot about that.
And I thought deep in my heart, and I thought, who would randomly take Hanna's
And she was right. Like, spot on. Like, he's the only one that did.
I actually can't name anyone else who would do what he did today.
I had some people who would be able to come and see Stinky, but the reason Stinky needed to be watched or someone needed to be at my house was because I needed to leave for work soon, and electrical people, like electricians, were going to be coming in and out of the apartment. And Stinky is not a dog you can toss in a crate and come in and out of the apartment.
Yeah, he wants to party.
He can't be in a crate for as long as he would have today. And additionally, like, he really gets kind of nervous. I don't know if he did, and he was crying today. No, he does some whining.
Hannah, you're going to have to like drag him out of the neighbor's apartment because he's having a fucking rager down there.
I'm so excited to see him.
Yeah.
But now that you've had that cuddle moment, like, that's like...
I had it before too. I've always loved Stinky, but I love you more than Stinky.
I appreciate
so
that.
I'm like, when you're stressed about Stinky, I'm like, okay, what's going... like?
I think I'm now feeling like... I love Stinky so much. Like, she's like running around. She's like, I can't stand. I think Stinky has gotten a little too much attention for Margot's taste today.
Margot has been driving me fucking crazy today. Like, like literally the bitch everywhere I go. She's like, let's hang. And it's
what's
just
going on with her? Do you think it's just the Stinky talk?
No,
maybe you came back though smelling like a dog.
I do feel like my cat is
like playing. I can like. You don't often like hear a cat in the next room. But
yeah, I think she's so dependent on me. It's like kind of insane. And honestly, when I was hooking up with that guy that I was talking about earlier on the couch, he was just sitting on the corner of my bed, just staring at us. And I was like, is this my dad reincarnated? Sorry.
No, I think about that. Remember when I thought Stinky was my father?
I think... And if he is my dad reincarnated, then we are fucked because that was so weird.
No, can I?
My dad would never do that. My dad would never do that. But I'm just saying, like, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes I'm like, I look at Margot and I'm like, Dad,
do you? No, that's like a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I do. I think that way about a lot of things.
But do you remember when we were talking about Friday Night Lights? I don't remember who we were talking about it with, but we were like, we love Friday Night Lights. And then someone was like, why? And then we were like, because Eric, the coach, he looks like, we think he's really hot, and he kind of looks like both of our dead dads.
Of our dead dads.
And then
he's like an amazing father figure.
He's so... I wish you could stay later so we could... I know you have a lot going on, but
I normally...
I wish we could just watch the game.
If Wolf wasn't in Milwaukee and we had power... I also I know it's like...
Maybe we do it on Saturday after Jesse.
Jesse,
we can watch the game.
I know that it's not Wolf's fault, but it's just for him to be in a different state 2 different times that the power's out in the apartment
and the fire
and a fire, it's just it is not his fault.
No, totally, it's not his fault.
But it's really wow, these are 2 big things I've had to handle for us, completely, not completely by myself, but today, if he wasn't in Milwaukee, I wouldn't have been stressed. I would have been annoyed that I don't have fucking power. But I just would have been this sucks. I'm going to leave early, go to Nora's, straighten my hair, watch the episode, go to work, you know? Yeah. But it's okay. It's all okay because it's getting resolved.
My favorite was when there was a fire and then he made a collage on Instagram about it.
I could have killed him for that. Oh, the thing I was saying earlier, about me and my list.
Yeah.
Wolf is someone who in crisis is similar to how I was describing the neighbor. Once you tell them what to do, they do it, but they're not taking their own steps. They're not okay, the power's out. I'm going to get flashlights while the hardware store is still open. I'm going to get this. So it's kind of stressful yesterday to be in this moment and then be like listing everything that needed to get done. And Wolf was just kind of like following the orders, which in theory was great. But I was like so angry that I just wanted him to like be doing stuff without me having to, like, I wanted to not think, you know? But I don't think I'll ever be able to actually, like, I think if I was with someone who took initiative, I still would be thinking.
I think you'd be stressed out because you like control of the situation, which I'm saying because you've told me that, not because I feel that, but
I also feel that. I do that.
No, but I'm just saying like you like things a certain way. So I think if someone else was like, I'm going to go do this, you'd be like, wait, why are you doing that first? You know
and
what I mean?
If someone said to me like, you call Con Ed, I'll do that. I'll be like, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, like that house would be on fire and I'd be like, I really didn't like that you just told me what to do.
Don't give me some feedback there. No, but I think it's kind of nice you have like an assistant. And I do feel like the neighbor, as my boyfriend too, is kind of like honestly Wolf vibes. They're gonna get along so well in the cabin.
Wolf brought up today though that he was like, not today, last night, and which was no time for us to be having any sort of conversation.
He brought up the cabin.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't know about the cabin. He's heard us mention the cabin, but he's like, I don't really know what they're talking about. Like, no one's booked anything.
We're on the verge of booking.
He did bring up though that like sometimes he feels like I'm always telling him what to do.
Yeah.
And I want to be someone who's better at hearing people, just being, because like Wolf, when I bring stuff up, just like responds like, I didn't know you felt that way. And I'm like, I'm not good at that. I need to work on taking feedback and responding. But it is kind of like, just do stuff and I won't tell you to do it.
Yeah.
Like when I work and you're home, I come home and I'm like, oh, can you do the dishes before I make dinner? And then it's like, oh, I'm always being told what to do. It's like, why didn't you just do the dishes? Like, why didn't that cross your brain?
I think this is a common theme with men in relationships, and like so many of my girlfriends have been complaining to me about their boyfriends doing exactly what they're doing. But honestly, I was talking about it with one of my friends who actually recently broke up with her boyfriend, but she told me a crazy story about how she like, I don't even want to get into it, but basically the boyfriend was just like not doing his part, and I was like, wow, that's, I mean, just the cleaning wise, like the nagging, like, and so many people do that. And on Love is Blind, that's like a constant like issue.
And you know what it is? It's
actually
like,
the girl's name is Hanna.
And she's
saying to Nikki B, she's like, she literally asked, like, can you put on a boiling pot of, can you go boil some water for this pasta? And he's like, okay. And then he goes to the sink and he's like, so how much water should I put in it? She's like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
It's like crazy that like someone who doesn't know how to boil pasta or boil water
is married.
Is getting married. Like I feel like
shouldn't be.
You should have to like pass a test.
No, there should be a test. Yeah. And like there should, like the test of if you're ready to be a husband is like, could I trust you to make dinner without me there?
Right.
Could I trust you to go to the store and get what we need without having to call me and ask questions?
Yeah.
If my mother was on her way over, would you know how the house should look?
Yeah.
These are what I'm thinking. And if I'm trying to think like what's crucial things. Like I can't imagine if I told Wolf like my mom's coming, I'm not home. Can you fix out the place? And he was like, well, what does that mean? That would be like crazy to me.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. But I also, yeah, I mean, I think he has the
I think he does too. I also have to remember like we're in the throes of like, we are already like, we're still adjusting to living together.
Totally.
Now we're about to move. Now there's problems in the apartment that we've had to pay for. We love him, but we got stinky really prematurely for two people living together. And it's like we already needed more time to adapt to living together. And it's like now we're adapting to living together, moving together, and having a dog together.
Yeah.
While we're also like, I'm digging myself out of a financial hole from the summer. Mm-hmm. And like he's trying to like get on his feet in terms of just getting paid through like content and comedy. Mm-hmm. It's just like a lot for two people to do at one time together.
Yeah.
And then last note on this, I think it's hard because even when we're like at our best, at our happiest, we do like tease each other a lot. Like that's like no big deal. Like, and that's like the only space where I can take it. Like, cause you know, I can't, in an argument, when I get criticism, I have like, I have to be like, Hannah, just like, it's fine. Like, you don't even have to take the criticism. You can just like hear it. Just respond to the feeling, whatever. But like, we tease each other a lot and we'll say stuff, but then that stuff will come out then when we're in a real fight.
Oh,
and it's like,
sucks.
we just need a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, I think
everybody does.
Everyone does. I mean, I was thinking about this today. I was like, I need a lot of work as like a person. Like, I just feel like I'm just like pacing around. I was like huffing and puffing in the park today, and I was just like, I need to like reset. By the way, I was walking in the park today, and then as I was walking home, this older woman fell. What?
You go, but I did want to tell you something about the park.
Okay. So second theme is the park. So I was walking
First
around the
theme
park.
has been our boyfriends.
Yeah. First theme was the neighbor, wolf, and the dog. And then this is now the park first part. I don't want to talk about the park for too long. But
Me
anyways,
neither.
This woman fell face first into a bench, an older woman. Oh my God. And she seemed fine. She had a fractured arm already. So she was like, but I had this whole, I picked her up and I helped her onto the bench, and it took us a really long time. We had to because she's older, she just she was she's very
okay?
Fragile.
Yeah,
she was okay. She was really shooken up, and her friend was there, and her friend was older, and her friend couldn't pick her up, so I picked them up. And it's I just got boob surgery, but it's I'm still going to do it because I'm trying to be a good citizen. Obviously,
and you're about community right now.
Yeah, I love community.
Me
so I'm
too.
just so it's just and in that moment I was like, God damn it, Nora, why didn't you become an EMT? God damn it.
You want to know who went to EMT school?
You.
George.
That's crazy.
You should ask him about it.
Does George want it?
Okay, well, you're in a relationship with someone downstairs.
I know. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get ahead.
George is going to Lee's show on Sunday if you're around.
I can't even process that both of your ex-boyfriends are going to one of their showcases.
George is going to support Lee's showcase. That's just that's me building community.
That is you building community.
Quite literally.
But I picked the lady up, and I was at one point I was
that's really nice.
Do you mind if I touch you here? Do you mind if I touch you here? She's like, okay. And I'm 1, 2, 3, just breathe.
Oh,
and we
that's
sat her
great.
down. This whole thing happened this morning.
You would have been a great EMT.
I know. I'm really good at when things are really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I just can go into this mode. I become very silent, but I'm thinking, and I'm thinking about solutions.
See, Wolf gets quiet and the lights are on. No one's home.
No, the lights are fully on, and I'm trying to help. I'm just I have to have a Jewish who do I know? What can I do? How can I help? Who's hungry? I
get weirdly I want to solve the problem, but I don't. More people stresses me out. I'm never bringing people in.
Totally.
But that's a toxic trait I have in general about wanting to do everything by myself.
Do you think this candle's killing us? It's so pungent. And I read that
I literally can't smell it at all.
What is going? Am I pregnant?
Maybe. I just found a great apartment near the park. That's what I wanted to tell you last night.
The first thing that you told me today.
Well, it was great overall.
Did you apply?
No, because we're not doing. I told Wolf we're not doing anything until we get the mold report back. Because I want to have it, and I want to say to the landlord, and I want to call rent. I want to make sure. If I'm being honest, I want to do everything I have to do correctly to get the money that I know I'm entitled to.
Right.
So I believe if I move and skip out, he can be like, she broke the lease without whatever. I'm not paying her. I want to do everything in the right order. Right. But what I didn't like about it is that it's a 1-bedroom. Okay. Which you
want 2?
We're used to 2. We have a lot of stuff in both and in the middle, So it's if it's going to be a 1-bedroom, it needs to be either we need some extra storage space or some closet space or an extra big kitchen. Something needs to be bigger. Yeah. This was kind of really similar living room kitchen size and then only 1-bedroom, which makes me think about all the stuff in that front room. Right. But near the park and a backyard where I could buy a table chair set and a grill and a lounge chair, type of space.
Oh my God.
And similar to what we're paying right now for rent.
Wow. I would do that.
I know.
And then, or alternatively.
And it had a gym, which made me think about, do I sell my Peloton?
Yeah. Goodbye, Peloton.
Goodbye, Peloton.
Or since I'm dating the neighbor now, like he can move in here, and then you and Wolf could take over the neighbor's house.
Oh, and that could be our podcast studio and our gym, our home gym.
And wait, we're all sleeping here now?
No. Wolf and I are going to take that other apartment.
Oh.
The neighbor and you will live here, and then we'll make his the podcast studio and the home gym and the one cozy reading chair, because that's what's going on in the front room.
Yeah.
And that'll just be like a private space.
Perfect.
It'll be like our workspace.
I'm going to tell the neighbor all this when I go downstairs.
He'll be like, let's get the paper signed.
I think he might be.
Where are we at
like
time-wise?
I
keep
15 more minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
we're fine. We can keep going.
Well, then, what were the things we said we want to talk about?
We started this conversation about the One Direction. I asked you if it was okay if I brought something up. So we've really gone into like a different hole.
This is so us.
This is so us. I mean, this is what CHIRP was meant to be.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Poog, that Jacqueline Novak Caperland podcast.
Yes.
And it's like literally us. Like,
I haven't
it's
listened
like
yet. I'm very sensitive about adding a new
Hannah,
podcast.
you're gonna die. It's literally us.
Okay.
They have a light theme, sometimes a light theme, but they're going all over the place.
Yep.
Jacqueline is very me. She's like a little spacey, kind of like being like boppity boop bop bop. And Kate's like telling like an intense story and being like
that
really
seems like
hilarious. Like they're both so funny, and I'm like, these women are amazing. I love them. But what I was going to say is One Direction. It's so crazy when Liam, everyone was talking yesterday about how Liam died. I hope this doesn't age me. I had no idea who he was. And so it just really crazy to me, because I was like seeing online that people were like doing little ceremonies for him. And I was like, this kind of like the equivalent of like Justin Timberlake dying, I think, for my generation.
Really? No. I don't think.
Right? Because like people really love
Liam Payne. Justin Timberlake dying for your generation would be someone more famous in One Direction.
Okay.
dying.
So maybe it would
Liam
be.
Payne,
honestly, it was like Aaron Carter when he died. It was really sad.
Yeah.
I was like really sad when Aaron Carter died.
Also, I know that like we hate Justin Timberlake as a society now, and like I did read the book. Like I'm with you guys. I know what was wrong, right? And it was wrong what happened.
It
right?
is really wrong, but I still want to go if we have free tickets at Barclays? Sure.
Well, this is what I want to say to you.
Yeah.
I so randomly was listening to some Justin Timberlake, and I was like, it would have been really fun to be at that concert.
I know. Like,
and we were hoping to get tickets for free, but like if he comes back, like let's just get like the cheapest seats and like dance.
100%. We were sitting on the couch.
And like that song, Dirty Pop. So good.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder
why? That's NSYNC.
Yeah, but like he must perform it.
He has to
when he's on his tour.
Hannah got a text message that one of her friends had tickets to. I was about to say NSYNC.
This was so
Justin Timberlake. No, I'm telling the story that you had tickets to Justin Timberlake down the street from my apartment. And we were like, okay, we're going to go. And we like totally prepped ourselves mentally.
She had like extra tickets that no one wanted to buy. She was saying to us.
And we were like, okay, we're going to go. But like,
and Nora's like pretty soon after recovery.
Yeah. I was like, okay, like I can't I'm not going to be able to move my arms that much. And like, if it starts hurting, like I probably have to go home. We were like prepping. Turns out the concert is not that day.
The concert was next week.
Yeah, it was a different day.
And then she texted me that day to get directions to the...
So she never was going to give you the ticket. Great.
Well, I think she sold them. People went with her.
I want to go
and I will say, like, I get that. Like, the option to take me and a friend she's never met for free or bring two people she does know and make money. Like, okay.
Whatever.
I just like
guess you're not supporting.
I started
women.
listening to the music, and I was like, that would have been fun to be
amazing. At. Yeah, I am team Britney with all the stuff that went down, but I do want to.
I am after Crossroads.
Wow, what a film. I totally, you know what? I was on so much Oxy when we were watching that I completely forgot.
It's really great and it's really funny.
And then I looked at my phone. I was looking through my pictures and I saw all these pictures of Brittany that I had been taking. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I remembered this blurry vision. I was taking while we were watching. I actually do remember you taking the pictures. While we were watching, I guess I was taking pictures. I don't really remember. And then I was like, what the hell? I guess we watched Crossroads.
Yep. We didn't watch The Comeback that we still have to watch. Lisa Kudrow.
What else did we watch? We watched Old
a
School.
Lot.
Yeah. Which is literally my favorite movie.
Nora was like, you're going to want to buy the DVD after this.
Did you not want to?
I definitely didn't want to buy the DVD because I don't think I'd buy any DVD, but I got why you loved it.
It's so funny.
But I didn't want to buy the DVD.
It's so funny. I love, they don't make films like that anymore. Now it's all the substance.
And now it's
like, where's Old School?
Wait, can I tell you one scene in The Substance? It's not a spoiler.
It's fine. I probably shouldn't see it. I was really triggered by the dirty stuff. I don't know.
That mic last night.
Oh my God.
I was giving you off the rub for everybody.
That was insane.
Oh my God.
That was so crazy.
It was a lot.
They kept saying anal.
On a day when we were like, we can't hear about anal.
No, I know. I just was like, it's like crazy. What were you gonna say?
About The Substance.
Yeah.
I was really prepared to be like grossed out and unsettled. But there was one scene, and I wasn't expecting to feel so relatable because it was this like crazy concept body horror movie. But there's a scene where she's getting ready to go out with this guy who like thinks the world of her, and she's getting ready and she puts on her outfit or does her hair and makeup, and she's feeling like so good about herself. And this isn't a spoiler, but there's like a different version of her in the movie that's like younger.
Yeah.
Then she like sees her and then goes back and like puts on more makeup and does her hair different. Then she leaves and like sees a picture of her, and then she goes back and like takes off all the makeup and like puts it back on, and then like she's changing the dress, and then she's adding gloves, and like she's trying to hide herself more, and she's putting on a scarf, and she's going back and forth, and just like and is getting like so mad at herself, and then mad at this girl, but mad at herself for whatever, and then just like doesn't go on the date. And like I have so many times in my life, especially before I lost weight, like been so, I hated myself so much that like even knowing that someone like knew what I looked like and thought I was beautiful and wanted to go out with me, like I couldn't bring myself to get out the door because I just like didn't care about myself and like love myself. Not saying losing weight is caring about yourself, saying like I personally was not taking care of myself and I wasn't nice to me. And I was like, oh my God, it like made me cry watching it because I knew exactly how it felt. Yeah. And it's like on the outside. And I remember this was when I had a lot of gay men as my friends, kind of would like laugh this off and be like, Hannah's doing her outfit routine, whatever. Like, we'll just wait at the door. We're going to be late. She's going to she's going to put on the first outfit, whatever. And I'd be like kind of like getting agitated and like kind of like, I'm not like yelling, but I'd like snap a little bit and I'd keep changing and I'd cry and like, they would like look at me like I was crazy. Yeah. And it was like, they'll just never get it, that feeling. Yeah. But when I was watching her go through that, I was like, oh my God, I remember exactly how that felt.
The getting ready when I was much heavier, it is really hard.
Because I would put on something I felt good in. Yeah. And then like, I would remember that like, oh, I'm not thin, so no one's gonna like me. Let me put on something.
Which like is so not true. And it's like, just like crazy.
Like it was crazy. But watching her in the scene, like just look beautiful, just like not be young, but like she's still beautiful. But like then remember someone young exists. Yeah. And like that was literally how it felt. Like you'd get ready and you'd feel good, and then you'd remember like someone prettier exists, someone thinner exists, someone looks better in this, whatever.
I would like leave the house and then immediately see someone in a better outfit that's skinnier, and I would be like, ugh.
So mad at yourself.
I mean, I still do that for other reasons, but I even just for feeling like I still don't feel as skinny as someone else or whatever. But it's just crazy like how much
we torture ourselves.
Torture.
And this whole movie is about torturing yourself.
And like the whole thing is, if you just embrace your body, your life would just be so much easier.
Wait, Nora.
What
did you want to say about Liam Payne?
Oh, I was just saying that Justin Timberlake is the
Liam Payne. Oh, you did say it.
Is the Liam Payne of
Thank you.
Generation.
I had a moment where we were talking about The Substance, and I was like, oh my God, you did it again. You derailed from the Liam Payne.
No, we're right on track actually. Yeah, I thought maybe that here's the thing. I actually think Aaron Carter, now that you bring it up, because Aaron Carter was so my dream man. In fact, in my diary, when I was a little girl,
okay,
like when I was like, how old? What's an appropriate age to like Aaron Carter? I don't know. 12,
into
13?
the teens, yeah.
I wrote in my diary, Aaron Carter is my true love. Like, I actually thought that, you know, when you were little and you like actually thought you might get together with a celebrity.
Yeah, all the time.
You were like, oh, I'll go to the show and I'll stick around.
No, I truly, the confidence I had, like, I believe we could make eye contact and it'd be fucking over.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
once you looked at me, there's no going back.
Justin Bieber did One Less Lonely Girl and he brought the girls on stage.
I didn't really follow the Justin Bieber situation.
Oh my God, it was so, he like does this whole thing where he dances around the girl.
This is like what's interesting. Like we're from different generations, but like Justin Bieber was definitely my generation as well, but like I missed it completely.
I really loved him.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love Justin Bieber from the beginning. I always was like, what a talent.
Do you love him now? Do you love him with Hailey? Do you love him having a baby, or do you not think about him anymore?
I actually just followed him the other day, so it's funny you brought him up because I realized I wasn't following him.
I think his baby's name is Blues.
That makes sense. I mean, I feel like
it's
every baby's name now is Ocean or Blue or North.
Well, mine isn't going to be.
Yeah, I know. Yours is going to be Wolfgang Jr.
Wolfgang and Kimberly. Wolfgang is not happening.
What I was going to say is that in my diary, I wrote, Aaron Carter and I are going to be together forever. If you take his name and you put it backwards, it is my name.
I remember this.
And then I went back.
Which is all you need to be with someone forever.
Which is literally, I was like, this is it. Then I went back into my diary about 2 weeks later because I then learned that Aaron was spelled with 2 A's at the start. And I wrote, never mind. Actually, he has another A in his name.
But also,
and I was like, never mind. Like, sorry,
it's over.
Nora. Like,
it's over.
Yeah.
Dream is dead.
Dream is fucking dead.
Also, like at that age, like you felt like you needed to put everything in the diary. Like you couldn't personally be like, all right, I guess it's wrong, whatever. You were like, have to document this.
Well, it was one of those things where I went to school and, you know, someone would be like, well, my mom said that blah, 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 blah. And then you'd be like, well, my mom said that blah, blah, blah. And then it would be like back and forth of like,
I don't know what that is.
But basically, like, you would go to school, or at least when I was in elementary school, I'd go to school and I'd have like a fact. And then I'd say the fact, and then someone else would be like, that's not true. My mom says blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And then we would go back and forth. And that's what happened with Aaron. Because I was like, I was telling all my friends, I was like, this is such a big moment for me, like realizing that my name is his name backwards. This is like, this is my like calling. Like we're gonna be together.
Yeah,
blah,
there's
blah.
like, you don't need to stress.
And
you don't even need to go to school.
Yeah, you know, I was like, it's done.
You're set.
And then everyone was like, no, my mom says that Aaron starts with 2 A's. And I was like, literally just like, I'll never forget that moment. I was so upset. And I was like, well, got something on my list.
You were like,
to do
what does
today.
your mom fucking know?
I crank out my little key to my diary. I'm
oh,
like,
you had
I'm
the
like,
key and lock one?
Of course. I'm like, cracking it open.
I had this, you know, the loose leaf paper that I bring for the pod? Mm-hmm. That was also my diary. Like under my pillow was like a yellow notepad. Like, so
everything's out.
So haunting.
2 minutes.
Nobody ever wanted to read my diary. I was the youngest in the house. My brother was 5 years older than me. My parents were in their 50s. Like, they were like, I was like, hope nobody reads it. They were like, we're not, Hannah. Like, no one's interested in the diary.
I always wondered if people were reading my diary. I don't think anyone did.
Well, you know.
But I know that if we were, I don't know.
I would have read. I was always looking over my brother's room for a diary. Of course there wasn't one. Like, yeah. He was like a teenage boy. There was no diary to be found.
I have so many diaries in this house. I have one from like around the time.
Have you ever finished a diary?
Yeah.
I'm always a new notebook is a new chapter, and then I get halfway through and then I'm done with the diary.
There's a pink notebook in this house. I know where it is. I can show it to you. When I die, you need to
Nora
dispose.
We've done this like 2 times on.
Okay. I'm just saying, like,
I know when you die, you actually told me to find all the diaries
no.
and burn them.
And I know we brought it up on the pod, but the pink one specifically, that's cover to cover. That is a book.
You're really trusting me with this?
Okay. Maybe.
Am I allowed to read it?
No.
See, that's what's like
Okay, well now
gonna
actually
be hard.
maybe I'll tell the neighbor to
If
get rid
this
of
is
it.
if this is
The
your
neighbor would never even look at it. He'd be like, "You want me to throw it
he
away
wouldn't
the diary?"
care.
He'd
He
be
wouldn't
like,
care.
All right, let me throw it away.
Where I like need to know everything.
Yeah,
But if this to you was like, Hannah, like this is my wish, like just burn it and please do not read it, like, and I can die at peace, then I'll do it. But if you're like, oh, just burn the diaries when you get a chance, I might look.
No. You gotta the first one.
Okay. I promise to not read the pink, but I want you to know that would be really, really brave of me because I will. Every bone in my body would want to read it.
I'll show you like a flash of it right now.
Yeah.
But you can't. But you'll see why you can't read it. It is so dark.
Oh.
It is dark.
Okay, then maybe I don't. I would just want to read it for like secrets.
It's dark. It's like I think I was like 20. I was like 28. And I was like really going through it.
Okay.
And I was like writing every day.
Gotcha.
I was like real bad.
See, I wonder if I feel not nervous about people reading my diaries because I've never put anything deep in a diary.
Now I kind of feel like recently I've been like fine and I'm writing in my diary and I'm just kind of like, oh, today was like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why am I doing this?
I know.
Diaries are for when things are wrong, like things are bad.
Like when things were like really dark for me, like which was probably the combo of finding out I have 2 hymens, dealing with that, and then my dad is slowly dying, and I'm drinking more than any human should ever drink ever. Like if that girl had a diary, I would say like please don't read it. But that girl did not have a diary. She was like, oh, I don't need to put these feelings on paper.
I honestly would say minus the hymens, that diary would cover both of us.
Oh, perfect. So then I won't look at yours because I can imagine what's in it. And
it's like a dead dad alcoholic, like nightmare.
Yeah. Mine was, there was no diary in college, I don't think. I had some writings going on, but they were always like immediately deleted because I'm so bad at like dealing with feelings that I was like,
my diaries in college are all about acid. Like every single thing is like, I was listening to Dark Side of the Moon and I like just had this revelation that like, if we just all quit quit everything, I think after
this one we should get out there.
Huh?
We should get your acid ideas out there.
They're crazy.
But I'll make sure the pink one's gone.
And then sometimes it would be like the wind is moving in this one direction and I really feel like it's one direction.
Rest in peace, seriously.
Seriously, rest in peace. I don't really know you.
But you know Harry Styles.
Oh, Harry was in One Direction?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I'm saying like Liam Payne, the people from
Has Harry said anything? I haven't heard anything from Harry.
That's what I've been, honestly, all day. I've been like, I want to check everyone's feed.
Okay, let's check Harry's feed.
Get the dog.
And then I'll show you a flash of the diary.
Well, show me the flash before we get the dog. Because I don't know if you want to bring the diary downstairs.
No.
And I'm not coming back up once I go down.
True.
All
right.
Well, this was lovely. Today's been a day, but this was like a good way to end it.
Honestly, this was great.
It would have been.
CHIRP is about.
I actually, if I can be honest, I would have tried my very best if we had a guest tonight. But I think I was in no place to be talking to someone other than you.
Yeah. And I forgot that we were recording for part of this. So I hope the neighbor doesn't hear all this.
Yeah, I think you'll notice I don't think I look at the camera once. It's just us.
I like kind of look over into the living room, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love you, Hannah.
Love you, Nora.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Sean. Hannah's like falling asleep.
I literally am like so tired.
Thank you to our listeners. Rate, review,
subscribe. Send this to a friend.
Send it to 2 friends.
Yeah. Send it to your boyfriend.
Send it to your neighbor. All right.
Love you. We could have gone on with that so long. Goodbye.
Bye.